Welcome back to the Earliest Reviews. Today's review is focused on Legends of the Hidden Temple, Episode 4, entitled The Nyanga Legend of Mwindo. And the official synopsis of Episode 4 is: tensions run high as teams tackle a scandalous new legend to win the temple run and chance at the grand prize. And before I give up my review, please like and subscribe and comment and tell me what I should review next. I felt like this was not a bad episode when it came to episode 4, but the team dropped the ball at the temple run, and I'm going to explain why later on. So here is just my review on this episode. So the teams for this episode are the Green Monkeys, the Red Jaguars, the Blue Barracudas, and the Silver Snakes. And the mode challenge was a little bit more difficult in this episode that I feel, and a little bit somewhat complicated in my opinion with how it was explained and just played out, as teams would have to collect 4 different possessions and everything while being aside a huge drum inner tube. And then after that, they would have to chop off a snake's head and then place it on top of a long stick while having all of the objects with them. And whoever made it last was eliminated. The teams that advanced were the Red Jaguars, the Silver Snakes, and the Green Monkeys. The Blue Barracudas, basically every team, they struggled in this game, and I can see why. The Steps of Knowledge was up next, and honestly, the Green Monkeys had this from the very get-go, as they smoked out every other team, and they were the first teams to advance to the Temple Games. And it seemed as if like the Red Jaguars was about to come with them, but the Silver Snakes somehow, some way was able to come back from being in last place to second place. And the teams that advanced were the Green Monkeys and the Silver Snakes. I felt like both of the Temple Games were a little bit longer when it came to it. As the first game, the teams would have to use a rope as a lightning bolt to knock down many pretend people, like many like stick figures and everything. And then they would have to use like a magic lightning bolt, fly swatter, whatever, to like knock off like all of like the flies that are on them. And then they would have to like crawl under a mat, climb on top of a mountain and everything, and place their people by the center of the temple. The Silver Snakes, they started off strong, but then they started to struggle profusely at the mountain park. However, the Green Monkeys, they started off slow, but then they were somehow able to come back some way, somehow. And the Silver Snakes win the first game by a very slight margin. It was like a very close game and everything. The second game was timed, of course, and it was like a betting game as well, as teams would have to knock down objects that were on the table and everything while also betting something. And whoever did it the fastest time would win. And the Silver Snakes, they absolutely butchered this one, as their finishing time was nearly over like almost like 14 minutes. And the Green Monkeys won the second game. And we have a tiebreaker. And long story short, the Green Monkeys won the tiebreaker, advancing to the temple, Olmec's temple, and everything else. The artifact location was located in the crypt of the Heartless, and it was like a magic fly swatter stick or whatever. And the temple run starts off strong with Tyler, but when he went to the shrine of the Silver Monkeys, it is only 3 pieces. How hard is it to assemble 3 pieces? Like, he struggled on the shrine of the Silver Monkeys for like 2 minutes. He lost a lot of time and everything. He somehow was able to correct his mistake, and he was caught at the Dark Forest. Quaku, he was able to... Quaku wasn't able to even do nothing. He timed out at the Spider's Lair, and they did not get it at all. Wasn't even close. I felt like this was not a bad episode, and I felt like that was pretty embarrassing when it came to that part at the Shrine of the Silver Monkeys. Like, there's a reason why people did not win in the original series, because a lot of different teams struggled at the Shrine of the Silver Monkeys as well. Like, I don't get it. Why is it so hard to assemble 3 pieces? Like, it is 3 freaking pieces. Like, how hard can it possibly be? I felt like all of the teams this time around, they were actually pretty likable. And I actually did wanted to see the Silver Snakes to make it to the temple, because I think they would have done a lot better than the Green Monkeys. But yeah, there's really nothing much else to say about this episode. It was pretty cool in my opinion. Not a bad time. So thank you for watching. And until next time, everybody,